Good morning, students. We welcome MVM College of Commerce, Management and IT, Rajkot. You will enter in BCom SEM 5 and BBA students you will enter in SEM 3. In the semester 3 and 5, your subject is statistics. BCom SEM 5, your subject is Business Mathematics and Statistics 1, and in the BBA SEM 3, your subject name is Business Statistics 1. In both BCom and BBA students will be a same subject but in another semester. We are starting chapter number 1 in the subject of statistics. Chapter number 1 is linear correlation. Linear correlation chapter, I think you were study in standard 12th. Suppose you was adopted a subject of statistics. Linear correlation is the new chapter for the non subject of statistics in standard 12, but here the same chapter is related to standard 12. Suppose you were adopted a subject of statistics, then the similar chapter here we are study. First of all, we are clear the concept of correlation. Now we are including in this chapter total topic we are study about this semester. First of all, a definition of variables, meaning of definition of correlation, types of correlation, properties of correlation, method of correlation, scatter diagram method, Karl Pearson method, and Spearman's rank correlation method. There are three different methods you are study in this semester. Now next, probable error of correlation, and last we are calculate example for two methods, practical question for Karl Pearson method and Spearman's rank correlation method. First of all, we are clear about the concept of correlation. Correlation means relation between the two variable. Variable we are denoted by x and y. Suppose in the change in variable x, so effect on the change in variable y, it is called for a relation between the two variable. This relation is called for the correlation or another type of relations. We are not saying about the particular, okay, it is a perfect correlation, but we are denoted relation between the two variables. For example, suppose x is increase 5% and same another increasing in x, so y is also increasing in 5%, it is called for correlation. Suppose x is decrease 5% and similarly y is also decrease 5%, it is called for correlation. It means correlation means the relation between the x and y when the change in x and similarly the change in y, it is called for correlation. The correlation, there are the three types of correlation. Number 1, positive correlation. Number 2, negative correlation. Number 3, independent correlation. Now we are clear about the positive correlation. When x increase and same another situation y also increase, it is called for positive correlation. Suppose x decrease, similarly y also decrease, it is called for positive correlation. It means when the same changes same side changes. X and Y both are increase, X and Y both are decrease. It is called for positive correlation. It is not necessary X increase 5%, Y also increase 5% or 10%, doesn't matter. But when increase in both side, it is called for positive correlation. When decrease in both side, positive correlation. Now second is negative correlation. Suppose X increase but Y decrease. Other side, X decrease and Y increase. It is called for negative correlation. It means opposite side changes. Suppose X increase by 5%, Y decrease by 5%, yeah, another any percentage, it is called for negative correlation. Suppose X decrease by 10%, Y increase by 5% or more than 5%, doesn't matter, but it is called for negative correlation. Suppose opposite side is not a perfect percentage, X 5% increase and Y 5% decrease, it is not necessary, but opposite side changes, it is called for negative correlation. Okay, now third one is independent correlation. Independent correlation means the X increase or decrease but no change in Y, or otherwise X decrease, sometimes Y decrease or sometimes Y increase. It is not dependent on the X. It is called for independent correlation. For example, suppose X increased by 5%. One time Y is also increased 2%, and the second time Y is decreased 2%, and third time Y is not changed in the percentage. It means we are not saying about the particular way कि every time X increase and Y is, we are not clear cut कि Y is increase or decrease or same. So it is called for independent correlation. And another example, suppose India increasing in population and American increasing in car productions. It is not related, both increasing, Indians population increasing and Americans car producing increasing were not related, so it is called for independent correlation. Okay, now we are start about the methods. There are practical in the two methods, Karl Pearson's method and in the Spearman's method. Now we are start about the Karl Pearson's method. Karl Pearson was a statistician gave by a correlation method. There are four different formula given by Karl Pearson. So we are denoted by method number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Method number 1, when mean are not fraction. Number 2, when observation are very small. Number 3, when observation are very big. And number 4, when bivariate data was given. I think number 4, when bivariate data was not given, is not including your 12th standard. Suppose we are start about the method when mean are not fraction and when the observation are very small. It is using the formula R is equal to n sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y upon under root n sigma x square and minus sigma x whole square. Just you see your screen, the formula n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. Remember this formula and you write a formula in your notebook. And now we are start from a question for method number 1. Suppose find correlation from the following data by Karl Pearson's method. It is given in the question paper. There are the two columns are given, X and Y. Here the observation was very small, because this figure is only for one digits figure. It is called for observation was very small. Suppose observation is 2 digit or more than 10, 20, etc. It is called for the big observation. Now you see here the observation is very small. So here we are using the first formula. Suppose when you calculate these questions, first prepare 5 column. X, second column y, third column xy, then x square, then y square. You are prepare 5 column. First x and second y was given in the question, and you are prepared 3 extra column xy, x square and y square. It is a very easy method because we are calculating in this type of questions similarly always same method, otherwise same step. First you put the value x in the questions, you see in the questions x 2, 5, 8, 4 and 3. Now you put the value of y 3, 5, 4, 8 and 5. First of all you put the value of 2 columns x and y. Okay, now next column you prepare xy. Xy means multiplication of x and y. So you are multiply 2 into 3 6, 5 into 5 25, 8 into 4 32, 4 into 8 32, 3 into 5 15. So easy and very simple step. First you calculate xy column multiplication of x and y. Now next column is x square. X square means square of the x value. Suppose here the x is 2, 5, 8, 4 and 3, and square of x is equal to 4, 25, 64, 16 and 9. Now you are the last column y square. Y square means square of the y. 3, 5, 4, 8, 5. The square of the y is 9, 25, 16, 64, 25. After preparing this 5 column, just need to total of the 5 column. So you are using the calculator and total of the 5 column. The total of the x is 22, total of the y is 25, total of the xy is 110, total of the x square is 118, and total of the y square is 139. It is called by sigma x is equal to 22, sigma y is equal to 25, sigma xy is equal to 110, sigma x square is 118, sigma y square is equal to 139. Now next step is write the formula. As earlier we are shown in the formula, r is equal to n sigma xy minus sigma x sigma y upon under root n sigma x square minus sigma x whole square, second under root n sigma y square minus sigma y whole square. Now put the value n. N is equal to number of pair. Here the number of pair is 5. So n is equal to 5. Sigma xy, you have checked the third column, sigma xy is equal to 110 minus sigma x first column 22, sigma y second column 25 upon under root n is equal to 5. Sigma x square means fourth column 118 minus sigma x again first column 22 whole square under root 5, n is equal to 5, sigma y square 139 minus sigma y 25 and whole square. Now you just see here the multiplication of all the value. First 5 into 110 550 minus 22 into 25 550 upon 5 into 118 under root, so 590 minus 22's square is 484, then second under root 5 into 139 695 minus 25's square 625. Now next step subtractions. Here the 3 subtractions, numerator and denominator. 550 minus 550 0, 590 minus 484 106, 695 minus 625 70. Now here the 0 upon any value doesn't matter, answer will be 0. So here we are not required 106 and 70 is under root, because the 0 upon any value, the final answer will be 0. So r is equal to 0. Here your first sum is complete. Okay. One thing is, remember, Carl Pearson's method answer will be always lies between -1 to +1. It means you remember your answer is between -1 to +1, means your answer is right. And suppose your answer is more than 1, 1.25, it means some mistake, any other steps, otherwise any calculations you have a small mistake, so your answer is greater than 1. So just remember, when you calculate the Carl Pearson's method, your answer is always lies between -1 to +1. This point is remember. Okay. I have give to PDF file for the home or classwork practice for the Carl Pearson's method. Here we are study about the method 1. Observation was very small, then use this formula and this type of step. You are practice 4 question in the PDF file in your notebook. You are purchase a 200 pages long notebook, so you calculate all statistical data in one notebook. Thank you very much.